5 things off the wall.
That's us, man. 24/7.
You should expect the unexpected. I mean,
Make it known that this is all about being 100% authentic.
We are live now.
So, with that being said, let's jump right in.
Peace, beautiful people. Welcome to another session of 5 Things Off the Wall. I am your boy, Dev.
Hello, this is your girl, C-Mac.
What's happening, folks? Walt is here.
Yes. So, as we always say, thank you for joining us. And if you haven't already, subscribe to our YouTube page, our Facebook page, our IG page as well. Like, add comments. You know, we appreciate all the comments and things that you provide to us. That's how we grow. So we just appreciate you. So, as you see, we're a man down. Our brother, B. Wills, is actually in Paris, I believe. Is he?
And he's in Uzbekistan, somewhere with the alphas, man. You know, they celebrating something. He's
you know what?
Ain't he? Did I make it?
Wherever it is, you know, he's on vacation. So, you know, we just wish him well. We wish him safe travels. But, you know, as he would like for us to do, the show must go on. So we're going to continue to keep it rocking. And I am honored to have a good friend of mine, a good friend of ours, as a matter of fact. Another
That's your friend. Selfish.
I mean,
selfish. Like we don't know him either.
Another brethren from South Carolina State. And we're going to talk about a few things today. Some serious topics dealing with mental health and dealing with just how mental health affects the Black community in particular. So, Big Michael Frederick, aka Big Mike, my brother, how are you today? Oh, you on mute, good brother. We can't hear you.
There we go.
All right,
Peace, my brother.
All right.
I'm doing well.
So, Mike, tell us about yourself. We're glad to have you, man. And again, thank you. And you brought some wonderful guests that we're going to be chopping it up with today as well. So please introduce yourself and introduce these wonderful people that you have with you.
Sure thing. Well, thank you for having me and having us. My name is Michael Frederick. You guys, you know, we go back as South Carolina State alumni. But I also, in the time since we've matriculated, I've been an educator, a coach, a mentor, a small business owner, which brings us here today for my new company, which is the Frederick Consulting Group, which is a business, a company that provides mental health services, as well as professional crisis management, and of course, philanthropy. You know, we have to work with our community and build our community as we do this. So it's only right that we keep that relationship tight. In our process of building this company, my strength in my industry has been my network with other professionals in the industry that actually make it successful, but also make it viable. You've heard the expression, it takes a community, it takes a village. You know, that's not just in raising children, but that's definitely when it comes to mental health services. Just, you know, some of the points that we're going to discuss before I introduce my guests is the awareness of it, you know, which is our purpose today, why we came together. But then also the access, you know, how do you get those services, and are those services appropriate? You know, are we getting what we need first as human beings, but secondly as African Americans in this country, where our experience is unique and our trauma from that experience is historic. You know, it's not a one-time event. It's not a standalone event. You can't take it out of context. So when we do that, we're doing a disservice. So talking about the African-American experience and in our communities, what we need, the cultural appropriate services that we're not receiving or we're not seeing, you know, available to us, and then how we combat that, what the solution is to that problem. So with me, I brought, you know, some more friends, some more professionals, some more people to help enlighten others, but also keep that conversation going and expand that conversation to other platforms and other people. So I would like to introduce my good friend, Miss Sandra Anderson. Okay, and a little bit about her, and I'll let you know her say hello to you guys as well. But I just want to tell you that I met her a very long time ago, and from our first meeting, you know, I knew that she was a person of action, but a person of like that was God sent. That was like, okay, she's here for a purpose. And on top of that, it takes a certain type of person to not just share their experience, but to use it in a profound way and in a positive way to help uplift others, because we all have stress and problems. So Sandra is an author. She is also, the name of her book is the Lessons from Thorns, Lessons from the Thorns, excuse me, and also working as, I'm sorry, Sandra, I'm gonna let you say, because I have some stuff messed up here, but she's also working as a mental health service provider as well, and working in the community.
Don't steal her thunder, Mike.
Yeah, I don't want to steal her thunder. I want to let her tell it, because she does it so much better than I do. But when I reached out to her to do this podcast, I said, you know what? I think I'm all right. I think I'm good at what I do.
Yeah.
But I think what makes me successful is that I know that my strength is, my commodity is people. So having strong people in my network that are as good as me or better makes me, comfortable to say that this is, a quality service. This is something that is helpful, is useful and needed in the community and all over the world. So Ms. Sandra, let me let you introduce yourself, and then we'll talk to each person individually.
Thank you so much for having me here. I'm so grateful to Mike. I've been knowing him for many years, as he said, and I feel like we've been on the front lines of this for quite a while, but this is the time, for such a time as this, we've come together to really provide valuable and culturally responsive solutions to what's happening in our communities, and it's time for that. So thank you so much for having me. I'm just grateful to be here, and I'll let you go ahead and introduce the other members of our team here.
Thank you very much. And also sitting next to Ms. Sandra Anderson is Dr. Thicklin. Mr. Dr. Thicklin, thank you again for joining us. Did I mute myself by accident? Did you guys hear all that? Dr. Thicklin, please take an opportunity to introduce yourself and all of your endeavors and your current projects as well.
Well, thank you so very much, Mike, and thank you all so much for having us. Reverend Dr. J.R. Thicklin here. I'm just glad to be with people of like mind in terms of, I've been a practitioner, domestic violence practitioner now for almost 30 years, and you might ask what that is. It's the fact that we have dived into this work of domestic violence for nearly 3 decades now, addressing specifically in the last 22 years, domestic violence in the African-American community and beyond within the whole African diaspora. I have a nonprofit called Destiny by Choice, where our mission is basically empowering lives, shaping destinies of those impacted by domestic violence, fatherlessness, and other social determinants that impacts our community. And out of that has grown our efforts to lead mental health in the faith community, being able to take us out of, if you would, the dogmas and the stigmas that has really prevented us from really breaking a lot of the cycles and breaking a lot of the things that we experience as a people. Particularly, I'm very proud of the work that we continue to do in trying to educate the church, the faith community, since they have such a great influence within our community. But like anything else, if we're misinformed, we only can misinform others.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Thank you. We are honored, and we appreciate you being on with us.
Yes, thank you.
And Dr. Thurston, please go ahead and introduce yourself as well, sir.
Definitely. Thank you, Mike. I surely appreciate it. Yes, I'm a minister, ordained elder, also a mentor, doctor in theology from Jacksonville Theological Seminary. I'm also the author of my book. It's a memoir of my life. It's called My Bondage and My Freedom, From the Mental Institution to the Pulpit, where I undergo depression, low self-esteem, addiction to pornography, and eventually got exposed to witchcraft as well. But I was also diagnosed by psychiatrists, bipolar and paranoid schizophrenia. I went through all the ups and downs of medication. I went into a catatonic state where my body completely shut down. And medication just wasn't helping me. And through that moment, my mom and I just decided to trust God and just throw the medication away. And through the power of God, He healed me and set me free. And I wrote a book about that part of my life, as a testimony that anything can be done. But because of that book, also, I am a mental health advocate and Christian counselor. I'm also working in the community in Deerfield where I live. It's called Deerfield Beach Community Cares with Mr. Joel Smith and the church, Zion Lutheran Church on 10th Street. And our purpose is to, like you said, like Dr. Thicklin said, get rid of those stigmas. We had 3 young people, African Americans, commit suicide last year and the previous year in Deerfield Beach. One jumped on a train track and was gonna do some big things in the community, but coming together as a community and as a church, trying to get rid of or do away with those stigmas, preventative health care and so forth. So just doing those things in the community. And I also have a talk show podcast called Real Talk. Like today about mental health, anything we go through, traumas of life or anything. So that's just what I do and who I am.
Dr. Thurston, what was that podcast one more time? You froze on us.
Sorry, it's called Real Talk with Antoine D. Thurston.
Gotcha. All right, I want to make sure that people can hear that. Look like Satan was just trying to work a little bit there, man, and keep your voice down, man. We can't have such.
Yes, sir.
Have that.
Thank you.
No, thank you again for having it, and all 4 of you. We appreciate it. Peace, beautiful people. It's your boy Dad. Listen, man, follow, like, subscribe. 5 Things Off the Wall. We are available on YouTube and IG. 5 Things Off the Wall. 5TOTW. Peace.